you know anybody? I mean, you know anyone? you too. Do you know anyone? Am I using you?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. I want to make sure.
I'm riveted.
Do you know anyone who's their own worst enemy? You know what I mean? Somebody who does something that keeps them from getting exactly what they want. There's something you can learn from people like that. And when you hear the story about my neighbor, you might pick up some tips for your own personal life. My neighbor Carol, short, very energetic, middle-aged businesswoman, very successful businesswoman, has a nice large house next to mine. She's had it for about 3 years, and one day I saw her, she said, Ken, I think it's time for me to sell. I'm selling my house, this is the right time, the market's good, I got things to do, I'm going to do it. Oh, Carol, that's great. I'm not going to use a real estate agent. My mom's a real estate agent, I don't want to deal with her, but I don't want to deal with any real estate agent because I think I could sell it myself. Now, if you've ever sold a house or been involved in real estate, you might know that generally that's not a good idea. Because real estate agents actually do things, they get clients, they do negotiations, but there are people who want to sell the house themselves, and she was one of them. She said, I'm going to do it myself, I know what price I want, I don't want to pay a real estate agent, I can do this. Okay, Carol, you can do this. She said, I know exactly what I want, I'm going to sell it for $650,000, it's worth something like that, and I want that number, I'm not going to negotiate. Okay, Carol. Sign goes up on her front door, house for sale by owner, the telephone number, the whole business. Days go by, she gets people in, but nobody seems to be really the right kind of buyer. And she says, Ken, I don't know, I mean, I thought this house was a good house, people would want to buy it. All right, Carol, one day the right people will come. One day, the right people came. A couple, probably in their 30s. He's a fireman. His wife's a teacher in the city of Chicago. Because he's a fireman and she's a teacher, they need to live in Chicago. They have 2 daughters, teenage daughters. That house next door was perfect for them. The right size, convenient to their work location, perfect for them. Carol was all excited. Wow, I think these are the right people. They seem like they like the house, and they're willing, well, they're not willing to pay exactly what I want, but they said they'll pay $645. Congratulations, Carol. Looks like you're getting what you want. They sign a sales agreement, contingent on all kinds of things like inspections and getting a mortgage, that kind of thing. They have the inspection. Inspector comes in. From what I heard from Carol, went through that house top to bottom, looking for every single little detail, so that when the inspector was done, he had 4 pages of detailed items that needed to be changed before the house could be sold. The fireman and his wife, teacher, do you know what they did? They went to Carol and they said, Carol, we offered you $645 for this house, but you know, with all these changes that got to be made, we should have it for $630, and we'll take care of all the details. Carol did not want to sell that house for $630. She wanted to sell it for $645 was the lowest. They argued. They negotiated with her. Meantime, Carol was saying, nobody else is interested in the house. What should I do? Her mother, the real estate agent, said, you're close. You haven't had many buyers. Maybe you should negotiate a little bit. So finally, Carol went down to something like, $637, something like that. But these buyers said, we want it for $630. Now, Carol's an experienced businesswoman, the kind of businesswoman who's used to doing negotiations. And if you've ever dealt with business people, there's just so far you can push them. And she had enough experience in business where she said, I know what I want. I know I got a valuable product. She told them, deal is off. That deal is off. She canceled the deal and said, I'll find somebody who'll pay my price. Now she seems reasonable. She's not her own worst enemy. But it turns out that couple was. Because here's what happened. Carol decided, maybe it'd be better if I use a real estate agent. I've been going on for weeks like this. I'm getting nowhere. I'm dealing with people like that. She gets a real estate agent. And one day after she engages the real estate agent, he calls her and he says, guess what, Carol? You wouldn't believe what happened. A couple called me and they're interested in your house. And you know something? They told me their budget for what they want to spend was $675,000. She goes, yes, that's the kind of buyer I need. People willing to pay $675. Even after the real estate commission, I'll get my $650. She said, bring those people by. Make an appointment. The people come by on Monday. It's 2 days later. The people who are willing to spend $675 for the house. It turns out it was the fireman and his wife, the teacher. They were willing to spend $675, but they were so greedy that they kept arguing and negotiating and pushing her till she said the deal was off. And she said, if they want that house now, it's $675 for them. And of course, they didn't get it. They were their own worst enemy. It's amazing, right? Do you know people like that? They're so greedy that they actually lose the very thing they want. So that deal fell through. And what there is to learn that you might take away from that, I might take away from that too, is sometimes you're your own worst enemy